All right, here we go. Nightmare in the bottom right. Sort of in the top left. Sort of was a great mechanical macro Zerg way back in the day when he was super active. Nightmare is the first player to use Blink DTs in a pro match. So very cool. He had a Blink DT charge lot build. That was really neat. Anyways, yeah. Guys, welcome. Merry Christmas to all. Hope that you're enjoying your Christmas right now. We're going to be casting a little bit of StarCraft 2. It's a very small bracket. It's like 30 players total. So that's like gives us what, 4 rounds? So it's gonna be a quick one. See if there's any outlier matches that make it longer, but honestly, even looking at the bracket, it really looks like it's gonna go quick to the round of 4. And of course, up at the round of 4, even StarCraft 1 players can enjoy that. All right. Anyways, whatever. This is the early game. Who cares? It's PvZ early game, so we still have to wait for the Cybernetics score to finish because that's just the way it is. Yeah. Did anyone get any interesting gifts today for Christmas? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody got any gifts? You got a hammock? You got a hammock and you were 100 pounds above the weight limit on it. You better saw one of your legs off or start jogging. You got binoculars from your wife's boyfriend. Excellent. USB cup warmer. Okay, that's legit. Socks. Yeah. No, I know. As you get older, socks are great. I got socks as well. I like getting socks and books, man. Those are my 2 favorite. Zerg Queen fleshlight. All right. Show me the link to that so I can avoid it. You gave your son magnet tiles. Okay, got a keyboard. Well, that must be why the first time chat, or you can finally type.
X300 RT camera guy.
What's up, Wow Mage? Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you and to the Arctic kids and to wife Tosis. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. My holiday was good. It was a simple year this year, but that is okay. Mrs. Mage and I decided to celebrate the traditional way this year and it worked us. I do hope that you got gifts and not coal this year, and that the Artos kids got treated very well by Santa. What a great gift ESL on Christmas Day. 2 plus 2 equals 2.
All right. I'm not sure what you mean by the classic way, but
equals 22. W plus W equals W. WW plus WW equals WW.
Thank you much, Wow Mage. Yeah, it was a good day. I'll actually give you guys something a little bit funny. Okay, so my wife bought, like, there's these Sour Patch Kids that are like, it says Sour Patch Kids coal on it or something, and it like shows a picture of coal, and she bought that and put it into my 6-year-old daughter's stocking, and when she pulled it out, she said, look, it's coal. You got coal for Christmas. And my wife thought it was really funny, and my daughter started to tear up a little. We had to be like, no, it's a joke. It's just candy. It's just candy that looks like coal. Oh, man. Anyways. It's terrible. It's terrible. I had nothing to do with that one. All right, so we have a Glaives opener here from Nightmare. He already did pretty well with those initial adepts, I'd have to say, right? Like, he got a lot of lings, forced a lot of lings, some lost mining time, etc. So did a good job. Prism is almost done. Glaives is almost done. Roach Warren here, almost done here for sort of. His 3rd hatchery going to be finishing up by the time this push gets across the map anyways. And, well, there are roaches on the way. So let's see what sort of's defense looks like here. He's got a good solid amount of queens. All right, another couple warp-ins here. Looks like it's a 4-gate. And, ooh, just snipes that right down. Very nice. Gonna go ahead, shade pass. Looks like a solid defense so far. Looks like he has just enough that I don't think you're gonna see a shade finish here. Observer coming across the map to help clean some of that creep up. Yeah, and you do, of course, have to turn around and chase that right back. Ooh, he actually... I would have considered going to the ramp and finishing that because the roaches were pretty far behind. I think there was potential in finishing that, but as you can see, there's going to be like a disruptor follow-up very likely, and you might just want to keep these adepts alive for tanking purposes. And it could be a Colossus as well. Sometimes you go disruptor, Colossus, disruptor, something like that. Normally you get the disruptor pretty quick, so you can do a little bit of harass against everything and blow up roaches and stuff like that. But definitely you can see a Colossus mixed in there to help deal with Zerglings. Lots of drones on the way, a little bit of a counterattack. Not that much going to happen here. Comes up and just targets the Nexus. Huh. For a moment there, I was like, huh, if he right-clicks on this, he might kill the Nexus or force a cancel the Nexus, but he will end up losing all the Lings and probably all the Roaches as well. So probably better that he turned around there and just let that go up. We do have that Disruptor as well as Blink on the way. We're going to start clearing some of this creep as well. Going to kill off that Overlord. I feel like so far sortOf's playing a pretty solid game. But, like, the amount of pressure that Nightmare is applying right now is very, very strong. Yeah, erasing a lot of that creep. You don't really see any potential for an additional base right now for sortOf. I do feel like that's something that we'd kind of need to see if we were thinking that sortOf was going to take this game. This is staying 3-base versus 3-base for an awfully long time. Now he's going to go ahead and try to drop off 4 Stalkers. That's not what I expected to see. I mean, 4 Stalkers can be fine. Yeah, I guess he gets an Overlord here, which is pretty nice. They have better range, so that's something. They can blink around and maybe have some interesting micro moments. Yeah, like maybe blink up there. No? Okay. Adept's just kind of walking home at the moment. And he is moving out those Disruptors now. Kind of an interesting composition. I feel like normally when you see this build, again, I was mentioning before, you might see a Colossus. I do like a single Colossus with it to help with the Lings, but it's fine. But really just pure Stalker here. Would like to see a Sentry, obviously. Guardian Shield is ridiculous. But kind of funny to see no usage of that here. Now, those Banelings morphing. Yeah. Oh, my God. He actually... Okay, there you go. Oh, he gets all but one. Pretty sick. That one does run up and connect. But that is painful indeed. More Stalkers being warped in at the moment. Gonna blink back a little bit. And I think we're very close to critical mass here, especially with that Disruptor that ran away, right? He still has a Disruptor here. One decent Disruptor shot and this game ends. It might just end anyways. Like, look at the Roach count versus the Stalker count. It's pretty rough right now. I gotta go ahead and bust down this 4th. Looking pretty rough right now. The back and forth. You gotta eat those few Baneling hits. And yeah, sortOf will be able to push this back, it looks like. There is a Prism going to the main base, so I think he has 4 Stalkers, and they're going to continue the harassment a little bit. And again, you know, we see sortOf pushing this back, but this is not even an advantage for sortOf. He pushes this back for the time being. If he had a 4th base up in mining, I'd be like, all right. But we don't, unfortunately. So this has become a kind of a tough position here for our Zerg player. And again, I don't feel like he's playing badly. But yeah, it does feel like he's just being a little bit outclassed here by someone who's stayed pretty relatively active. Not that Nightmare has been completely active. Nightmare actually had this problem where he was GSL level, but playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm. Not really sure why, because Heroes of the Storm was already doing poorly in Korea at that point. But he was a very strong player in Heroes of the Storm as well. Now the Prism goes down. That harassment doesn't do all that well. Little blink forward here from Nightmare. Huge amount of Stalkers out on the map now. Does have +2 starred, but actually, honestly, a little bit slow on these upgrades. If you're going to go like pure Stalker, I wouldn't mind Double Forge. More Disruptors on the way. Charge coming as well. Nice snipe there. Oh, God. See, that's where shit gets out of control. Couple good Disruptor hits, and it's like, well, these Stalkers are just going to mangle everything. Yeah, nice pick off there. He's actually playing more timidly than he even needs to, I think, in this position. But I don't think it's a losing move to play more timidly. Maybe he thinks there's a possibility that there could be an overcommitment coming up, but I don't see it. So the Mass Stalker's moving up the map. I think sort of somehow missed this. Yeah, he turns around immediately with most of his units. Does have a little bit of harass hitting that 4th base. A little bit hitting the 3rd as well. There's like no units back here. So maybe he has some potential for some damage there. But he is going to lose that 4th base once again. A new 4th being started on that left position as well. Kills that off at least. Yeah, he's going to kill the 4th Nexus. I tell you, a little bit of a slugfest this game. And he did get a few probes in there as well. Ling's coming down and actually having like an okay engage. Hey, he blows up 2 of his own. Nice. You know, ooh. All right, he actually canceled quite a few there. You know, Lingbane Roach Ravager is not too bad against Blink Stalker. If you can chase them against the wall and actually, you know, make them use their blink and then connect the Banes, it can be pretty reasonable. It's not obviously it's not the most cost efficient thing that there is, but it actually does serve as a counter against Blink Stalkers because they only have so much escape. People act like they have infinite escape and they don't. All right, so Nightmare going to go ahead, clear these out. Yeah, sort of going to have to cancel those as well.
Don Defense donated $3.33. Hey RTI lost 2-0 versus Invicta.
Yeah.
Completely smashed.
Vindicta.
But
yeah.
Funny enough, because I won a series, I was higher seeded this tournament.
Nice.
Sort of. So if we got by ESL rankings right now, I'm better than sort of. I will consider that a huge victory for me.
All right. Well, I'm happy that you won a match and that you were higher ranked than sort of, but the way that you do math on how good people are at this game is very funny. Don't Defense. Anyways, congrats on playing, and sorry that Vindicta just totally railed you. He is really, really good, so don't be feeling bad about that. All right, so 4th base gets picked off again, and the 4th base here is going to get picked off again. So this is the never-ending 3-base Tier 2 tech against the never-ending 3-base Tier 2 tech. Literally over and over and over between these two. But that's a winning proposition for Protoss over time. Sort of is going to be just about out of minerals, and obviously Blink Stalkers are going to have more cost efficiency the lower the economies get. It'll get really bad. And I think this is going to be GG, honestly. Like, he's going to hit, like, one reasonable disruptor hit, and that's going to be it. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, that was a really, really good one as well. And that's going to be GG. All right. So that's game 1. Yeah, it sort of was in kind of bad shape. Like I mentioned, he hasn't been super active for a long time. I only saw his name pop up again like a month ago. Although I don't pay like super close attention. He's been playing AoE 4, makes sense. What's up? Merry Christmas. Yeah, when did Don't Defense get unbanned? Just recently, like a week ago, I think. A little bit less than a week ago, maybe. What do I think of Clem's victory? It was great. Congrats to him. Long time coming. When is approximately next ASL? I actually have the dates. They don't give me the dates so I can tell you the dates. They give me the dates so I'm ready for it. So I'm not going to tell you when the next ASL is, not even approximately. It's in 2024. I don't know if Flash is going to come back. It's actually hard to say at this point. I think he should. Just, you have to eat shit like Bisu did, and then your life will be back to normal. Some people don't want to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. In the bottom left, we have Nightmare winning game 1. In the top right, we have sortOf losing game 1. All right. Wait, what was this? What do you mean eat shit like Bisu did? Genuine question. Okay, so basically there was a crypto scandal, right? Here, well, I'm just talking at the beginning of the game. I feel weird not having my face up there while I'm just chatting with you guys. So there was that crypto scandal. You can look it up. I believe, I want to say it's on Saiyan's channel. Maybe it's on Jinjin's channel. Maybe it's on Falcon Paladin's channel. It's like one of those channels, one of those good Brood War channels. I forget which one it is, but they do a really good job going over what the crypto scandal was exactly. So Flash was involved. Bisu was involved. Flash was involved a little bit more than Bisu. So Flash's looks worse than Bisu's, but basically Bisu got out of the military. He knew he was going to have to eat shit. So he came back, ate his shit. You know, you come back, you apologize. You get flamed, right? And eventually, like, I'm sure occasionally he still gets flamed. There's people that probably still, yeah, I mean, you guys see him on Reddit occasionally. People that hate me for shit I did like a million years ago, whatever. But overall, Bisu's just kind of back. He just plays and everything. No one really thinks about it. No one really gives a shit, right? That's what you have to do. You have to come back. You have to take your beatings for what you fucking did and explain what's going on, and then that's it. No, I don't believe it ever went through. Don't Defense. I don't believe anyone lost money. If I'm not mistaken, I don't sit around like reading the threads consistently. But if I'm not mistaken, it all got canceled out and no one lost money on it. I think, but I could be wrong on that. So I'm not gonna say that 100%. No mercy for scammers. Well, yeah. Ultimately, very few people actually care about wrongdoing. Life would be welcome back if the orgs didn't ban him. I think you're right about that. I think you're mostly right about that. And the thing is, I mean, people should be punished, and you know, people should be held accountable for things. But for how long, right? Like, how long do we want to have people be fucked up for? Yeah, having Life get banned for literally ever is like, well, I mean, it's sad because he's literally a genius of StarCraft. Even Flash has said that it's like, okay, Life is one of the only 4 geniuses that Flash has ever seen in StarCraft. Okay? Think about that for a second, what we're missing out on. Because you could see how good he was, right? Playing a completely different style than all the other Zergs and fucking crushing everybody. Who are the other ones? Nada, Choja, Life. Was there another one? I think there was one more, but I can't remember. Nada and Choja were 2 of the other ones, though. No, not Jaedong. Like, he's talking genius. Like, actual genius. Flash doesn't consider himself a genius. Yeah, Nada, that guy. Everyone wants to come back. Like these are very well-known things that, like, for instance, Nada is a genius. Everyone knows that. Like, he's actually smarter than everybody. He just gets it better than everybody. You know that Flash is... The only reason Flash is the GOAT is because he's playing during ASL. to make that clear. Nada basically did all the same shit Flash did in a shorter time period, and then hasn't really played. He played like one ASL and almost killed Larva, who's a champion with nukes. So, anyways, no, SOS not a genius. We can talk more about that, but we actually have this game kind of getting going now. We have this Void Ray flying around, and yeah, let's do a bit of casting. I can talk more about that afterwards if you'd like. But guys, I think you're misunderstanding what a genius is, but we'll talk more about that after. It is actually a very interesting subject that I do like to talk about a lot. Okay, so anyways. We have Glaives about to finish here, right? This is not the same type of Glaives build we saw previously. This is a Stargate into Glaives. So this definitely has some pressure, but it's not like the previous game, where it was like a directed Glaives build with the Prism and all that. So he does force a cancel on the 4th, which is really nice. He has his own 3rd just finished. Look at this. Shades in here and kills 4 workers already. See, this is the nice thing about going Stargate. You kind of hide what you're going for. And these adepts are doing fantastic work. Fantastic work so far. Yeah, putting some heavy pressure on. Like, eventually you may have to turn around. Huh. Dude, like, this is almost too much damage right now. I know he hasn't killed that many drones, but look at the damage output. It's crazy. A lot of roaches being forced here as well. Nightmare is actually up in workers at this moment. Oh, he brings in the Void. I love it. I just love it. Target the roach. Target the roach. Well, I mean, I guess getting that building is like okay-ish too. Yeah, Shade's back out. Going to be able to kill a queen. Is going to lose a lot of adepts. And you see roaches and drones being made here from sortOf. So it's kind of a tough position because he's trying to have enough units here, but trying to re-drone as well. And when you see it kind of half and half like that, it does hurt a bit. Now he's going pretty heavy lings. We may see a counterattack coming up. Now an Immortal coming out here for Nightmare. 4th base. Gonna be retaken. Looks like Nightmare is kind of going up in that direction. Yeah, he's gonna get some free hits there over those rocks. Baneling speed on the way, as well as +1 melee. Still pumping out those Immortals as well. Like to see it. Look at this, another force cancel here. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, it's just brutal. SortOf just can't get 4th bases against Nightmare, unfortunately. And, you know, like we saw in that previous game, if it's 3 base, you are going to be screwed eventually. So SortOf chasing back. Double expanding here, I like it. What's up, Home Smack? Good to see you. Merry Christmas, my man. Didn't know if you guys knew, but me and Home Smack are tight. We watched a bunch of anime together in Thailand. People were like, hey, come drinking with us. Come and go to the beach. And we just wanted to watch Black Bible for the 3rd time. So it was cool to catch up with someone that knows so much about anime just like me. And I was just like, ayaya, and he was like, ayaya, and we just laughed and smiled. All right, so it looks like this big push coming in, like, SortOf is really screwed at this point. I think he's just going to GG, very likely. Like, a decent amount of Banes coming up. Honestly, at that point, you should be actually clicking the Banes, not just letting them running into them as they explode. But yeah, this is overwhelming at this point. You know, it's this little group of units and 12 more roaches being made, and that's not going to be enough. Especially with the Prism here, warping in some more Stalkers. Yeah, good old Immortal Sentry Stalker. Pretty good comp, I heard. I think we figured that one out a while ago. Well executed here from Nightmare as well. And yeah, there's just really not much left at this point. GG.